I know I've been on a Divorce Diaries rant for quite a while now, but I just want to take a break to just remind you about this podcast and how I record it. If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast everywhere. Seriously. On Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Again, that's anchor.fm to get started, or download the Anchor app.
Yeah, September 14th, 20.
This guy is nuts. Is he really making daily recordings of his possible divorce and releasing it as a podcast? They both cheated on each other? She's making six figures and still doesn't contribute to any joint endeavors financially? Why is she still with him? Why is he still with her? I can't wait for the next episode. This helped me be a better wife. So this is how men think. I hate my husband less now. I understand my wife more now. These are some of the listener comments to the Divorce Diaries podcast. All over the map, I know. These anonymous accounts of events should resonate with anyone that has been married, is married, or is preparing for marriage, and helps couples avoid pitfalls as they might prepare for marriage. Entire seasons are released on Patreon weeks before anywhere else. At Divorce Diaries Podcast Patreon page. Link in description. Now for today's episode.
20. Talking to one of my kids yesterday. Really interesting developments about the divorces. The divorce, it's just one of those things. I think and thought that I would be able to sort of shield my kids, and I haven't. And one of my kids, they said, no, let's I think what we need to do is I'll prefer if mom wasn't here. I acknowledge that I think things wouldn't be so great. And this kid kind of put their arm on my shoulder and said, you know, Dad, I'm sorry, but you're not the warmest person that, you know, really caters to our emotions like mom does. But, you know, no offense. And I said, none taken. And that's what's prompting this early entry now, because, you know, you never know who you are if you're not under a certain stress and not affected by a certain stressor, is the way you should say it. So would I be, and I agree with my kids' assessment of me, I am not the warmest person. It's weird when you're stressed a certain way, you're always on your toes. Like, if you'd hear my wife tell it, I'm so critical about the things that she does, which is why she wants to keep things from me. And I always question her decision-making skills, and I think she makes poor decisions. All of those things are true, every single thing. Why? Because she makes poor decisions. She makes poor decisions all the time. So I'm always ready for her to make poor decisions. That's how it goes. It's me calling it as I see it. Now, what I know that I cannot do as a husband is, one, don't marry anybody that does those things that are just not in line with your value set. And I'm not talking like, oh, she drinks scotch, I drink gin. She prefers traveling to warm climates, I prefer tropical destinations. Yeah, we're not equally yoked, but that's easily solved. You know, someone's got to kind of suffer through the ski trip while the other person suffers through the balming heat of Jamaica. It's just, but either way, at the ski lodge, you're going to come back into the fire and the warmth. And in Jamaica, you're going to go to the pool and you're going to come back inside to the air conditioning. You're going to be able to alleviate the thing that the one person hates. And the other person that loves the ski lodge, they don't want to spend all of their time out in the frozen tundra. And the person that wants to be in Jamaica, they don't want to sweat their balls off the whole time outside. It's not something that people want to do. So when you think of these things, you're talking about the more serious, heavy things in a marriage, like, oh, you can't delay gratification. And that's my wife. So since my wife can't delay gratification, that means she doesn't really think through let me scratch that. She doesn't really think through the potential outcomes of a choice. I want this now. Thinking about it for 5 more seconds might lead you to say, can I afford it? Thinking 10 seconds might lead you to say, do I have space for this? 15 seconds might lead you to say, I already own one of these. 20 seconds might get you to say, I actually don't need this. The likelihood of me using it is slim. But if you have poor impulse control and you don't want to delay gratification, you're going to be what my wife is, a spender that has no money in savings, that in debt, because she doesn't scrutinize herself at all, she continues to justify her poor choices and her poor decisions and get mad at me for saying that. And if she was single, like a lot of women are single and crazy amounts of debt, they have no savings, they're not thinking about the future, but they're making it through life just fine. Could their lives be more fulfilled? Yeah, probably. But do they care if their lives are more fulfilled? No. So it really doesn't matter. It's just a big nothing burger for most women, and definitely for my wife. So now all I am is the villain, even though I'm trying very hard to improve our lot, save some more money. I don't know. Improve the lot, save the money, save for the kids, plan for that lavish vacation, because let's be honest, most couples do not go on that quote-unquote vacation that they really want to. They don't. They don't go and they don't enjoy themselves. Because if you consider, like right now, I'm walking through a suburb. It's where I live. And I look around at all the single-family homes. And I mean, this is a pretty big community. It's an older community, 40, 50, 60 years old, somewhere in there. And there are a lot of houses here. A lot. And I'm outside of a major city. So the amount of people that are in this community that I live in, I mean, it's a lot. And the amount of these people that likely go traveling together and enjoy themselves on some joint money, like, hey, yeah, we went to Machu Picchu. We went to Venezuela. We went to Italy. We went to see the Vatican. We went to, trips that are going to cost you a good amount of money to get across the pond, to walk around, do all those things, and then eat, drink, and be merry the entire time that you're there. The amount of people that say they want to travel and actually travel, it's slim. It's got to be maybe 10% of the people here that actually travel. And of that 10%, it's got to be 5 that actually have this like joint sort of thing. And the husband and wife are like globe trotting and running around the world. That's why every time we hear about those couples, we're like, oh my gosh, you guys did what? Wow, you did what? Wow, you did. It's definitely outside of the norm. It's definitely not something that's standard, because it takes 2 equally yoked people that are working toward a specific goal to achieve those things. And a lot of the time it has to do with money and the direction of those dollars and the direction of spending those dollars. That's what it has to do with. Now, if you are middle class, let's say you make between $50,000 and $90,000 a year. Your wife makes between, let's say, $50,000 and $190,000 a year. You're doing okay in America, but that doesn't leave a lot for wiggle room or savings, depending on how you are going to make a point to live your life. it's going to be tough, because with those salaries, let's just say you're making an even together, you're making $150,000 a year. On that salary, between the two of you, you guys could either dump your money into the nice house, therefore limiting your saving potential for getting out of Dodge, traveling, globetrotting. You will further hamper yourself if, I want a nice car now. I can afford $400, $500 a month for a car payment. Grab that Acura for 40 grand. He grabs his pickup truck, 38 grand, 42 grand with the off-road package. And you got the nice house with a garage to put those cars in. Well, you've got just enough to go out to a few happy hours, save a nominal amount of money, and definitely 100% not travel to those $6,000 destinations that's going to take to get you there a year. You don't have it. Have a couple kids, got some sports fees, you like hosting at your house because you bought the house, it's nice, so you invite your parents over and all that good stuff. So that's the life you're living. Oh, roof. You need a roof for the house, whatever. They're just things that come up, car repairs, all that stuff. You just don't have the money to travel. So it really matters, and it really mattered to me. My wife and her horrible spending habits and her poor impulse control and her poor judgment. That matters, because while I may have a really nice salary and she has a really nice salary, the only thing that I can do is control where my dollars go when they go into my bank account. So now I am supporting myself, my children, and my wife through the day-to-day costs and expenses. The mortgage, my car, and I was paying for her cars. And I'm paying the insurances and all of those things. So I'm significantly hampered with what I can save and what I can do with my disposable income. Because while my disposable income is disposable, if I have a cost that comes up with the house, even though she lives there, that's solely my cost. 100% me. That roof repair, it's mine and mine alone. Horrible. Horrible. So we don't travel. But what do I have? I have a person that has lack of judgment, poor impulse control, and bad decision-making skills. So what does a person like that do? A person like that says, we should go on a cruise. Just alakazam. We should go on a cruise. Let's go. I mean, I've got this much on my credit card. Wow. Really? So if I say yes to that, one, I'm a good guy. Now I feel obligated, like, oh, so I'm supposed to do this cruise thing? Like, so, okay, I'll pay this. Okay, well, I mean, I'll pay the rest. Okay, fast forward 6 months past the cruise. Yeah, so I'm thinking, it was a great, man, wow, what a great cruise we went on. I'm thinking about finally doing that. Remember how you were talking about, let's not do anything crazy like redo the kitchen. Remember you wanted to replace the furniture down in the basement? Maybe we should go and start looking at that stuff. It's probably going to cost maybe like $3,000 or something for, couch and love seat, or maybe a sectional. That seems to be the going rate, something like $3,000. Ooh, $3,000. I mean, I don't have the money. It's like, I'm still paying off the cruise. Really? Oh, it was like $6,000 for the family, and I paid like, $3,500, and you were going to pay $2,500, and you said you were going to throw, excuse me, sorry. You're going to throw, $300 a month on it and have it knocked out by this time. It's like, oh, well, some other things came up. You remember that keyboard I bought for the kids, and remember the, those clothes, because, I gained that weight, so I threw out all my other clothes, and I just need to buy summer dresses. Remember that? And, oh, okay, I mean, damn, how much was all that? See, there I go. I'm questioning, I'm asking questions, and she doesn't like that. because I'm questioning her decisions. I told you that I was gaining weight, and I told you that I needed to purchase new dresses. Bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you is what I'm thinking. Bitch, what the fuck is your problem? What you're failing to realize is you told me you were going to do something, and you didn't tell me that it's not working out the way that you thought. We didn't plan. You just did something different. And now the only reason I know is because I'm asking you. So just understand, you may have known you've been doing this fuckery for 6 months, but I'm just finding out 18 seconds ago. Please understand what's happening here. You are not the victim. You are the changer with poor decision making, poor judgment, that's now telling me that you made another poor decision or exercised more bad judgment. That is the merry-go-round of bullshit that my marriage is on. And back to my kid saying, you're not the most gentle person. When that is a constant knot in my stomach, just that stress, I don't know what my wife is going to do. My wife will literally even say things to me like, hey, I'm going to make dinner tonight. Cool. We'll go through the entire thing. You're going to make dinner? Cool. What are you planning on making? Oh, I'm thinking I'll probably make some chicken cutlets. That should be good. And I'm going to make some artichoke. And I'm thinking probably some roasted sweet potatoes. That's what I'll do. Whoa. Wow, sounds great. I'll swing by the store then and just grab I'll go to that store we like and I'll grab some sourdough bread and I'll try to make my garlic bread. That'll be easy for me. I'll just come home, make a little bit of garlic butter, fresh, and broil that bread. Should only take me about 5 minutes, and that'll be a great dinner. And I get home. And those plans were made at 10 in the morning. I'll get home with my bread in hand. It's eerily quiet in the kitchen, but it's about 5:30. Dinner's usually around 6. I'm like, yeah, I'll start melting this butter, I guess, and I'll just, okay, maybe she's planning on a 6:30 dinner or something like that, and, it should only take like an hour or less to make this food, so, okay, I'll just make the garlic butter, but I'll just leave the bread on the twist tie and tuck it away. That's what I'll do. I'll just tuck it away. All right, cool. So I do that, and 5:45 rolls around. She's just kind of on the couch, not really moving. Still on the couch, not really moving. I'm like, okay, hey, it's about 6 now. Were we gonna have dinner like a little bit later today? Or what? Oh gosh, I forgot. I'm just gonna order something. Oh, okay. So, what do I do? Like a fucking idiot? What happened today? Oh, it's just a long day. I just got tired, and okay. When did you know you weren't? Because it's 6 now, when we usually eat at 6. So by the time you figure out what we're ordering, and then order. And I know I probably should have just let it go, let it be ordered, let the food get ordered, and then just move on. But it's a problem, and it's a reoccurring problem. So I'm like, well, how long did you know that? Well, when I got home at 3, I thought that I'd be feeling better by now, and but I wasn't, and I got, I started watching the show, and I had some schoolwork to do, and so I just kind of, I don't know, then my head started hurting, and I'm like, oh, okay, were you sitting right there? Were you playing games the whole time, or did you, on your phone? Well, I was trying to decompress, and I was trying to calm my mind. The attitude is starting. I'm trying to calm my mind. Okay, well, maybe because I I had to stop by the store, and where I stopped, I mean, I could have grabbed, if it was going to be, if you couldn't do it, I could have just grabbed one of those, you know, $8 rotisserie chickens, and maybe one of those, like, you know, take and bake broccoli casserole things that are like, you know, $10. And I could have just gotten that if you just called me and told me that you weren't gonna make dinner like you said you were going to. Yeah, I know, I just forgot. So here's what I'm bitch, fucking apologize. Say, damn it, I'm sorry. Say, I'm fucking sorry. Wow, I forgot that I made those plans with you. I forgot that I sent your mind down a path. I forgot that I set you up with expectations. I forgot that you went out and got that bread because that was going to be the bookend to our meal. I forgot that I did that, and I'm sorry. And the fact that most women, to me, and especially the one that I'm married to, cannot recognize that she did something wrong, that she needs to apologize, that I didn't do anything in that case. I didn't. I'm the one that's surprised at 5:45 that dinner isn't being cooked. I don't give a shit that you cooked it. You're the one that offered. You're the one that said you were going to cook dinner. I could have cooked dinner like I do the other 6 days of the week. But you said that you're going to cook dinner. You told me you were going to cook dinner. And then what do? Like a fucking idiot, I say something dumb like, but you told me, and there I go, holding people accountable. You told me that you would cook dinner, and I believed that you were going to do that. And I remember talking to a few other people, someone in my family, my sister-in-law, she says, you know, you can only control what you can control. And she also said, she said something about the weight thing. She said, about the weight thing when, you know, when we want to go when we want to go to the gym, we don't. And when you say, hey, we're reminding you like, hey, I thought you said you wanted to go to the gym. And then we bite your head off and we snap at you. And we're like, we know that we said we were going to go to the gym. We know we're not at the fucking gym. We don't need you to remind us about the thing that we did. It only pisses us off. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad that you said that, because I never really stopped to think about it, because I don't process information that way. Or I should better say, now that I've been made aware of it, I see that it is not my first instinct to process information the way a woman typically processes it. I say, if I tell you, hey, I need to go to the gym, can you make sure, like, if 6 o'clock rolls around and I'm not at the gym, you know, can you just look at me and say, hey, 100 push-ups, you didn't go to the gym? And then when 6:01 rolls around and you say, hey, 100 push-ups, I'll look up at the sky. Oh, damn it. You got me. I didn't go to the gym. What's wrong? Okay. All right. You're right. 100 push-ups. Come on. And I just knock out 100 push-ups. I'm not going to say, when you say, hey, 100 push-ups, look, stop riding my ass. Okay. I don't need that. As if I don't know that I didn't go to the gym. What the hell is wrong with you? As if I don't realize I didn't go to the gym. And my shoulder hurts anyway. I'm not going to drop and do 100 push-ups. Well, you told me that you wanted me to say something to you about, okay, all right. Well, thank you. Jeez, fucking hero. Thank you. Oh, I didn't go to the gym today. Like, what is this? Just like piss on me day? It's like, you know, I don't process information like that, and I don't become defensive in that way. I don't do that. So it was really hard for me to understand that there are a lot of people in the world that think that way. And it's sickening to know that I married someone that thinks that way. Now, what I'm supposed to do is play with a different set of rules with my wife. The rules seem to be, don't hold her accountable, don't have any expectations, don't judge her in any way. That includes don't judge her judgment, don't judge her choices, don't judge, critique, or comment on her body. Really, there's just a list of don'ts. And the list of do's are encourage her, even when she's done nothing to deserve it. Support her, even though she's done nothing that deserves support, even if she's done nothing to deserve support. And praise her when she's done nothing to deserve praise. That level of emotional management is difficult for me. And basically, to sum up, happy wife, happy life. So just make her happy no matter what. And what I'm finding is that doesn't seem to really make anyone actually happy. You're actually being walked over a little bit. I don't know that my wife actually enjoys it when she's like that, but she's made to feel better. And I will say, do I get more blowjobs that way? Yeah. Do I get more sex that way? Yeah. And I guess if my goal is to just get more sex and blowjobs, maybe I should do exactly what I just said, happy wife, happy life. And all right, this is going to be fucked up, but I'm going to do it today. I'm going to make a hard pivot, and I'm going to do the happy wife, happy life thing. And before the day's over, I'm going to get some sort of sex. This is taking a turn. I did not think this diary entry would be this bad, but this is taking a turn. Because we're going to manipulate the situation. This is the lack of love and care that I have now for my wife. But it's not really lack of love and care. It's recognition. I'm just going to, okay, this is what you want to do. I'll see how you respond. Because I've been trying for a very long time. I've been trying to get you to see reason that you cannot see, grow where there's no hope of growth, change where there's no willingness to change. Now, I think for the most part, I'm done. I will no longer try to get you to grow. If you want to be made to giggle, so you respond in different ways, I'll make you giggle. If you want to smile more during the day, regardless of your decisions, then fine. But don't get this twisted. I 100% want a divorce. I do not care about how my wife actually feels, because now I know she doesn't care about how I feel. She could give two shits about how I feel. I have been overextended as far as my money, that I felt alone this entire marriage as far as planning for the future, that her enabling our kids has crippled them. She could care less, or couldn't care less, however the hell you say it, about any of that shit. She just wants to feel good. So, I'm going to make her feel good. I'm going to make her feel good. Fuck, I don't want to do this shit. See how it goes. I still want a divorce.
Wow, that was the Divorce Diaries podcast. The daily saga will continue tomorrow. The full season's episodes are on Patreon now. Subscribe for early access. Click the Patreon link in the description. Hopefully these entries help our anonymous recorder as a form of his own personal therapy. That's his hope and his intention. Will these recordings of life's curveballs lead this family to the best resolution in the end? We'll keep listening. New episodes are released daily on all podcast players, but all episodes are available on Patreon at Divorce Diaries Podcast Patreon page. Until next time.